So why does a fuel pump in your car or truck work poorly or stop working? Well, I'm going to show you what ends up happening. This here is your screen. Basically your filter. Every gas tank has some particles of who knows what. Well, this screen prevents most of them particles from entering the pump. And then the fuel filter prevents whatever got bypassed, pushed through here. The filter prevents the rest of the debris traveling down your fuel system. So what ends up happening is that this here screen doesn't prevent every piece of particle, and over time these little propellers here is what acts like the pump. That's what's spinning in your fluid, the gasoline, creating a force. Well, these little things here, them little forks you see, little prongs, they wear out just a little wee bit. With the naked eye, you'd basically barely even see it. And what that's going to do is create a lesser fuel pressure. It can get so bad that the pressure, there basically won't be any pressure at all. The pump will barely pump. This here screen is basically what causes that. Or just a lot of mileage, and from this thing spinning in the gasoline, it just eventually wears out a little wee bit, enough to create an interference to where the pump just won't work like it used to. It's unable to keep up. Or you have the armature portion, and you have your commutator on top there, and the brushes is what feeds that armature the current it needs to operate. And these brushes, what ends up happening is they wear down over time, and this spring here creates a pressure, a downward pressure on top of that commutator. Well, when that downward pressure is lost, this can't spin effectively like it used to. It loses power. And with this losing power, the pump loses power also. Telling you that you're going to need a new pump. That's what ends up happening to a fuel pump in your car or your truck. Or they just simply quit working because maybe one of these little wires broke, or it's lost continuity, or one of these little plastic gears here, they just decide to break in half. You know, a couple of these little forks here, they'll go missing. Some random moment like that. But for the most part, these little things here wear out enough to create an interference where they can't pump good. Or these brushes wear down to a point where the pressure on the commutator just is not great enough to spin this effectively enough to create enough power to make that pump pump. And when you start experiencing that, it's pretty much an indication you need a new one of these. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you have not, and thank you very much for those that already have.